post Bruen, when that system was struck down, we went from 3,000 to over 100,000 carry permits across the state of New Jersey, and that number is growing on a monthly basis. So, and despite all of the, the Pollyanna type, reaction from, the folks on the other side of the aisle on this issue that thought that, well, my God, if New Jersey residents start protecting themselves outside their homes, that New Jersey is going to somehow turn into the Wild West. If you look at crime stats in the state of New Jersey, since those laws were changed and all of those folks stepped out of their homes and were able to protect themselves, crime rates have actually fallen in the state since all of that happened. So despite all of the, yep.
That was a question I wanted to ask. So crime rates have fallen.
Yeah, I mean, it sort of begs the question.
Over 100,000 New Jerseyans are exercising their rights outside their home and carrying firearms in public every day. And crime rates have fallen since that change was put in place.
And have the constitutional carry states found those numbers coming down as well?
Well, we've seen national trends on this. Like, the rate of participation in this is a long-term trend, right? Like if we went back to the early 1980s, and to some extent that this is based on decades of hard work by the NRA to expand these carry permit laws in all states across the United States. Texas, for example, it was very difficult to get a carry permit in the 1980s, and you think of Texas as being this sort of very pro-right state, but carrying a firearm outside your home in Texas wasn't really possible until the 1990s. So, things have changed quite a bit since the 1980s to today. And again, despite all of the, the sort of theatrics of the politics of the left on this issue, we've seen a radical increase in Americans exercising their rights every day, not just in New Jersey, but across the United States. And there has been no sort of correlation to an increase in crime as a result of that. If in large part, crime rates have fallen over that long period of time. If we look at violent crime rates in the United States, they hit an absolute peak in 1990, and they've steadily fallen from that high ever since.
Yeah,
and that's in the face of millions of Americans exercising their rights every day. So that idea that responsible people protecting themselves somehow leads to an increase in crime is facially absurd. Like it doesn't make sense that would possibly would be the outcome of that. But putting aside the logical error in that, I mean, the statistics just simply don't back it up.
Yeah. My son is in Arizona, and in Arizona, it's not even concealed carry. They carry on the hip, and for someone in New Jersey, in Arizona, it's an odd look. It's quite a sight. It's a little intimidating, but I guess it's just a natural thing in Arizona that there are signs in the house that say, we don't call 911. So if somebody's going to break in, that they're going to meet, a gun. So,
well, as I said, I mean, I'm a part-time resident of New Hampshire. New Hampshire is one of the most pro-right states in the nation. And there is open carry there too. It's not a shock to the system to see someone out in public protecting themselves. And, that's just a cultural problem, right? Like in free America, this is an everyday thing that's just part of life.